Once upon a time, in a small village by the river, there lived an old man named Balan. He was a poor fisherman, and no matter how hard he worked, he only caught small fish, barely enough to eat. Many times, he wished he could become rich so he wouldn't have to struggle anymore. One morning, while pulling in his fishing net, he noticed something sparkling at the bottom of the river. He reached down and pulled up a beautiful golden ring. The moment he touched it, a cloud of green smoke rose up, and before him appeared an elderly-looking genie with a long white beard. The genie gazed at the old man kindly and told him that the ring had the power to grant him one wish. However, he warned him to think carefully, as once the wish was made, it could not be undone. Balan was overjoyed and, without hesitation, wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. He believed that with such a gift, he would never have to worry about food, clothing, or poverty again. As soon as he made his wish, the genie nodded solemnly before vanishing into thin air. Excited, the old man reached out and touched a small rock nearby. Instantly, the rock transformed into a solid block of pure gold. He laughed with delight and quickly touched other objects around him, tree branches, his old fishing basket, even the roof of his house, all turned to shimmering gold. Overjoyed, he hurried back to his home, pride swelling in his heart. Along the way, villagers noticed him holding a piece of golden rock, and soon, a crowd gathered around, curious and amazed. At first, Balan happily showed off his newfound power. But as the crowd grew larger, a new thought crept into his mind. If I can turn everything into gold, why should I share it with others? I must keep this secret so I can be the richest person alive. From that moment on, he avoided people, locking himself inside his house and secretly turning objects into gold to hoard them. He stopped talking to his neighbors, fearing they might steal his treasure. But soon, a terrible realization struck him. As evening fell, Balan felt hungry. He picked up a loaf of bread to eat, but the moment his fingers touched it, the bread hardened into solid gold. He grabbed a bowl of water to drink, but it too turned into a golden lump. Despite being surrounded by wealth, he was starving and thirsty, but he reassured himself, "No matter. I'll use my gold to buy all the food I want." Just then, his little granddaughter Lan arrived at his house. She had missed her grandfather and ran to hug him as soon as she saw him. The moment her small hands touched his arm, her entire body turned into a golden statue. Balan froze in horror. His heart pounded, his hands trembled. The cheerful sparkle in Lan's eyes was gone, replaced by a cold, lifeless golden sheen. A wave of regret and sorrow crushed his soul. He had traded away the most precious thing in his life for meaningless riches. Desperate, Balan ran to the river, collapsed to his knees, and cried out to the genie. He no longer wanted gold. He only wanted his granddaughter back. Once again, the green smoke swirled, and the genie appeared, his expression firm but kind. Tears streamed down Balan's face as he pleaded, "Please take back this curse. Gold is worthless if it means losing my loved ones." The genie gazed at him for a moment before raising his hand. In an instant, the spell was lifted. The golden objects around Balan returned to their original forms. Slowly, his granddaughter's golden body softened, her warm skin returning to its natural color. Lan opened her eyes, and before she could say a word, Balan hugged her tightly, tears of relief flowing down his cheeks. From that day forward, Balan no longer cared about wealth. He spent his remaining years taking care of his granddaughter and helping those in need. He had learned that true happiness did not come from riches, but from love, kindness, and the simple joys of life. Moral of the story: greed can make us lose the most precious things in life. Money and wealth mean nothing if there is no love and family. True wealth lies in kindness, gratitude, and cherishing what we already have. We should appreciate what we have before it's too late.